Zong Yu. I'm a first-year PhD student in the biological and biomedical science. Currently, I'm rotating in different labs, and I am interested in a variety of topics. And today, I'm going to talk about the apoptosis. Apoptosis. So before that, I want to make sure everyone here knows what is cell. Can you remember what you learned in I don't know, junior high school, senior high school? Okay, cell is kind of shown here. Cell has cell membrane, and there's nuclear, and there are proteins within the cell. Okay, that's all you need to know before that. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the apoptosis, which is the programmed cell death. Programmed cell death. In other words, the cell commits a suicide.
The cell commits what?
Suicide.
Suicide.
Yeah.
Cell death. Okay.
Yes, the cell kills itself. And the first point here is the cell death is integration of the cell death is the integration of external stress and the internal signal. Okay. The cell death is integration of the external stress and internal signal. So both of these factors affect the destiny of cell. And to further clarify the concept of apoptosis, I want to compare two words. First one is necrosis. And apoptosis. Okay, sorry. Okay, I want to compare these two kinds of cell deaths. These two are all a way of cell death, but before I explain, I want to point out there are also other way of cell death apart from this. But today I'm going to talk about necrosis and apoptosis because it is well studied. So necrosis occurs when the cell is damaged by external force like infection, poison, body damage, or cut off from the blood supply, which will occur when the stroke or the heart attack. And when the cell dies, from the necrosis, it is a relative messy affair. The messy affair. So the cell membrane will break. So the damage of the cell membrane will cause the leakage of the cellular component, and this leakage will further cause the body injury. On the contrary, apoptosis is relatively stable. It's when a cell kills itself. So how is better than necrosis? For one, since the cleaning up of the apoptosis is much more easier. And the process of the apoptosis is follow a controlled, predictable routine. So the difference between these two concepts is that who makes the decision. Let's suppose I am a pathogen, like I have bacteria. Once I enter a healthy human being's body, and I saw a happy, healthy cell, and I was like, why not secrete a toxic molecule to kill this guy? And the cell is like, I'm dying. And the cell is dead. So
Sorry, why not secrete a what?
a toxic molecule.
Oh, molecule.
Molecular
what?
Sorry, a toxic molecules.
Oh, okay.
Why not secrete a toxic molecules to kill this guy? So the cell is dead. In that scenario, the external stress overweights the internal signal. So we call this necrosis. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. But the apoptosis, on the other hand, is like I am a cell. After a deep consideration, I think it is time to say goodbye to other cells. So I kill myself. So in this scenario, is the internal signal overweights the external stress. So we call this apoptosis. Alright for me? Okay. Next, the next question is how the apoptosis happened. We want to answer the question how. So let's suppose what you or I want to kill myself. What should I do? Okay. So first, I may write a letter to my parents to say sorry, or finish my video game that I always want to play, or write a letter to you to complain that we need more day off. The mice in the lab have better sleep quality than us. But what is also important is I may write an email to my friends so that they can find me when I was dead. Right? I don't want to be smelly after I died. Okay, so in short, you will prepare for the death. Oh, sorry, I will. I will prepare for the death. Or on the other hand, or in other words, I try to eliminate the negative effect of the death. So the same is true of apoptosis. The leakage, just as I mentioned, the leakage of the cellular components will cause the further injury of the body. So to prevent this, the cell first will break down the protein that is necessary for the survival, and the cell will also spur the production of the enzyme DNase. DNase. Everyone knows what is DNA, right? So they produce DNase to further break down the DNA, and then the cell will start to shrink, and the cell will send out the distressed signal, just like my email to my friend, which is answered by the vacuum cleaner macrophage. The macrophage is another kind of cell. The macrophage can clean up the shrunken cells, leaving no trace, so that the cell have no choice to do damage to the body. The next question we want to ask is why we need apoptosis. In fact, apoptosis is essential for human development. For example, during the embryo development, when we are still embryo, our finger and toes are connected to one another by a sort of webbing. So for now, my hand is like this. Okay. So when I am an embryo, my hand is like this. There are some webbing inside here. Yeah, but my hand used to go like this. So the apoptosis is what caused the webbing to disappear, and leaving us 10 separate digits. In addition, the cell death is also very important to our brain and immune system development. So to sum up, apoptosis is the programmed cell death in which the internal signal overweights the external stress. Okay, that's it. I'm happy to take questions.
Thank you.